Hi and welcome to the second video in March, and we're making progress. We now have a working sketch for the infrared spot detectors and also the current detectors that I will be using with LCC. So I'm now at the point of starting to add the extra wiring in to these modules here. I've also put another module in here as well as one going in down here, so that now allows me to control at the moment with two modules set up and working for 6 turnouts. The next one is going to only have to do 1 turnout, but it's going to start also possibly using a MOSFET to control the underground station lighting in that area. So these are the type of things I plan to do, and hopefully I'll start showing you soon some of the changes we've made to the sketch that I'm showing for these two modules at the moment. The other big thing I need to do is carry on underneath the layout here, tidying up the wiring, and then once that bit's done I will move into this area here, move all this out and do the same down this area, and then finally I will need to do in the summer of next year, or this year, sorry, the area behind you, and then that will be all the cabling tidied up on the layout on the lower level. Then eventually I need to start doing this section here, which will be my fiddle yard with easy access. The other thing I had done is I changed the servo mounts that I had been using. I'd been using these, which are off Thingiverse, which are great when you first set them up. However, if you ever have a problem with a servo, they become a bit of a nightmare. That's what I'm finding. So I have been sort of digging out in this area here the foam to allow me to just sit the servo in, so it's easier for access. This section here I plan to make it hinged, so I can lift up these sections if I ever need to get into them. So that's something else I need to be looking at later this year when I start doing this section. So hopefully I'll go into now and I'll just show you some of the changes that have been made to the sketch. So here in my GitHub you'll see the examples, they have just been updated. So I've updated the nano, the can only ones at the moment. So I have changed some of these sketches in the last 24 hours to include the latest files that we need. So obviously for my layout at the moment I'm using this one here, which is the 3 servo 8IO. Now you'll notice here we've got a number of other files which will appear as tabs, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is the sketch I'm now going to show you. So here you'll notice a number of tabs up the top. You don't need to worry about them, they're just there. It's part of the black box type thing that we're using, so you don't need to worry about it. Now the only thing I'm showing here really is, here you can see the pins that we're using for the inputs and the servos positions. So these you need to know about. These are preset for you. So again, this hasn't changed. Now you'll see here there's a new section been added. Now this is so you can use the Uno R4 Minimia board. So that will fit directly into them shields I've been showing you, and that has more memory and some other features with a built-in CAN device for you. You just need a transceiver. So down here again there's no real changes that you need to worry about. You do know here, obviously we've talked about this in the past, this you will need to change the node numbers to suit your layout. And here obviously we have to have this as 1 when we start off for the first time, and then after you've uploaded it once, change it to 0. The next feature we've got is this section here. Now, when we move the servos, we found we need to sort of save the current positions. So what we put in here is a feature that I've set this to every 60 minutes to update the EEPROM with the last current position. Now, by having it set to that, on startup, the server will always move to a position that's been set within the code. So that will move quickly, but then it will adjust. So you could change this, depending how often you're going to run your layout. You might decide to have that lower. So for 30 minutes, you would set it at this. You might want it every 4 minutes or whatever. That's up to you to decide. So they're the only real changes we've made to the code. The nice part is it now works perfectly with JMRI for the automation side, which is what I needed. It worked perfectly before for if you were having it as just an LCC node without JMRI to run the layout. So hopefully that explains some of the sketch to you. So again, thank you for watching and thank you for liking the last few videos. It's much appreciated, and hopefully this is something that you might want to give a try yourself. Bye for now.